Welcome back, curious minds. Today, we're diving into a mind-bending topic that will challenge your perceptions and change the way you see the world. Imagine a world where reality is not something that happens to you, but something you can shape and control. It might sound like science fiction, but with the concept of four-dimensional thinking, this becomes a tantalizing possibility. Now, let's explore the four-dimensional thinking, where the boundaries between inner and outer dimensions, thoughts and reality begin to blur. So, let's start. Imagine for a moment that everything exists now, in this very moment. This is the essence of four-dimensional thinking, a paradigm that transcends the restrictions of conventional perception. It is the belief that the internal conversations we engage in, those quiet dialogues within ourselves, shape not only our thoughts, but also the external world around us. What we think about, what we talk about, in the depths of our mind, weaves the structure of our experiences, both with people and with the world around us. These inner thoughts and conversations are the seeds of imagination, and what we imagine becomes manifest in our lives, like scenes on the screen of space. But what is it that we really want to create and experience? When we talk about creation, we're not talking about conjuring something out of nothing. Instead, we're talking about bringing to light that which already exists in invisible reality. Because all things in their essence already exist, awaiting the moment of realization. Think of it as a journey towards the realization of this pre-existing reality. Our inner dialogue, our thoughts and visions, serve as a compass that guides us in this journey. Our inner voice, different from the incessant mental chatter, speaks in the spirit of harmony and abundance. It reminds us that in the realm of the fourth dimension, all things are possible. Four-dimensional thinking is a wisdom shared many times by Neville Goddard, who encouraged us to be imitators of God, contemplating how God evokes the invisible as if it were seen. The invisible becomes seen, and this notion extends to our own lives, for we too can bring the invisible into the realm of the visible. To do this, we must harness the power of imagination before externalization. Our inner conversations, those intimate dialogues with ourselves, serve as the cradle of imagination. They are the cradle of what we imagine, and eventually, manifest in our lives. So, in four-dimensional thinking, we learn to echo the divine act of calling the invisible into the realm of the seen. We cultivate faith, which, as Neville wisely put it, is loyalty to invisible reality. It is a deep trust in the existence of all things, even if they have not yet found expression in our physical world. That's why I reinforced over and over again in our videos that we are the architects of our reality. We can sculpt it with our thoughts, and shape it with our inner conversations. What we picture in our minds is not just a passing thought, it is a process that is unfolding before us. As Neville once said, many people, myself included, have observed events before they occurred. That is, before they occurred in this world of three dimensions. Since man can observe an event before it occurs in the three dimensions of space, life on Earth must proceed according to plan, and this plan must exist elsewhere in another dimension, and be slowly moving through our space. Our senses, as powerful as they are, often blind us to the invisible wonders that surround us. To truly see the invisible, we must free our minds from the limits of sensory evidence. We should focus our attention on the invisible, feeling and perceiving it, until it becomes as real as the tangible. Throughout our lives, we have been conditioned to believe that our five sensory experiences define reality. However, there comes a point in our spiritual growth, when we begin to think independently. As the expression says, thinking outside the box. And at that same moment, we ask ourselves, what do we really want? How do we want to live? And in answering these profound questions we discover desires that lead us along unique paths. Listening to our intuition, our inner voice becomes our compass. It allows us to interpret sensory data from many angles. Through this practice, we find success and manifest results, in ways that are unique to us. Some may even consider us geniuses, or creative thinkers. By manifesting our heart's desires, we gain insights into how to transcend the limits of three-dimensional thinking, which often traps us in the past and future. So, when we affirm something has been done, we shift into a different state of mind. Although the external world may appear unchanged, our perception is transformed, and a new reality is revealed before us. By aligning our internal dialogue with our vision, we bridge the gap between our desires and the sensory data. And so, we no longer feel oppressed or harmed by external circumstances, opinions or environments. We effortlessly select experiences from the outside world, guided by our inner voice, leading us along unexpected, but purposeful paths, and connecting with people and environments that align with our spiritual path. This is the essence of our inner journey, where intuition, inner dialogue, and sincere desires converge to create a life beyond common understanding. In the fascinating journey of manifesting our desires, certain circumstances and information have fundamental roles to play. But let's explore this concept in more depth, to discover the hidden truths that can transform our lives. Imagine, for example, that you've decided to start a new career. Now think about it. What if you could experience the essence of this new career, as if it were already true? To experience this essence, we must enter into the vision of something desired with all our senses activated, immersing ourselves in this imaginative world. In this sacred moment, we make an act of faith, and it is here that a profound change takes place. This is the crucial point of manifestation and four-dimensional thinking. Even if the superficial reality seems unchanged, we begin to perceive subtle changes, feelings and inspirations begin to emerge. And people enter our lives unexpectedly. These connections guide us towards opportunities that transcend the conventional path. This unconventional form of development aligns with what we call four-dimensional thinking. In four-dimensional thinking, the fundamental point is that all things exist, and exist now, and our existence is part of this reality. To master the art of seeing the invisible, it is essential to free your mind from the limitations of the five senses. So, focus your attention on an invisible state, feeling it until it becomes as real as the world around you. This is where imagination takes the center stage. A good practice too, is to enter an almost sleeping state, where you fixate on just one picture that represents what you want to achieve. Or you can even create affirmations declaring that it has been done. All these practices bring us to a different state of mind. And it's in this state of mind that we experience the feeling that it's already done. So, think of your thoughts as a concentrated beam of light. When you concentrate seriously and intensely in a specific direction, other sensations fade into the background, almost as if they disappeared. Concentration is the key to manifestation. A crucial part of concentration involves tuning into our inner conversations. So, make sure that your inner dialogue is consistently aligned with your desired outcome. By observing internal changes, you will naturally witness changes in the outside world too. It's a harmonious dance between your inner world and external reality. This process encourages joyful concentration, and an unshakable focus on your vision. Because you understand that the power is within you. Your inner world is the catalyst for transformation, shaping the external world to reflect your assumptions and beliefs. With each passing day, you become more able to change your internal conversations, and observe the beautiful metamorphosis in your external reality. So remember, in essence, the power to create your reality resides within you. This practice opens the door to deep spiritual vision, and grants us the ability to look beyond the world of the senses, where hidden truths are waiting to be discovered. To understand our vision, we must understand that it works independently of our natural faculties. We cannot only trust our physical senses. We must awaken our spiritual senses to truly discern the mysteries of life. It may seem contrary to what we have been educated about how the world of the five senses works, but it holds the key to what we call four-dimensional thinking. The belief that all things exist here and now. All because these events can be observed before they manifest in the physical realm. To nurture this four-dimensional thinking, we must turn our attention within, and observe our internal dialogue, the conversations we have with ourselves about our daily experiences, and our vision for the future. I'm not saying that you should get stuck in a future that hasn't arrived yet. This knowledge is just to help you better understand the concept, and manifest what you want for your life. For example, think about when we encounter moments that seem to transmit rejection from the world around us, and someone perhaps brings our aspirations into question, saying that you or me are destined to fail. I know it may seem a little uncomfortable to hear this, but it all happens deep within you. Before this external event took place, there was an internal conversation. Maybe it went something like this: I doubt my ability to succeed. Can I really achieve this? This inner doubt, nourished by your own thoughts, manifests itself externally as a person's disappointing words to you. The denial we find in the five sensory worlds can reflect a doubt or assumption within you. The power to change your reality resides in changing these inner assumptions. All changes, all transformations, originated in our consciousness. These changes don't unfold in the outside world as they may appear. They begin as soul movements within us. It's similar to a story unfolding on the big stage of our lives. Imagine the theater of your outer world as a reflection, a mirror, revealing the changes within. Behaviors, environments, circumstances, and the information we encounter are the canvas on which our internal changes are painted. It is through this unfolding that the inner world manifests itself in the outer world. Now, with all my heart, I hope that this concept will be the key to the transformation you seek, whether in your desires or even in your spiritual growth. Try not to perceive yourself as a mere product of your five senses, as this can result in a state of drifting, in a reality that we believe we cannot control. To purify our minds, to adjust our inner conversations, we must recognize that these conversations are not just reflections of our experiences. They are, in fact, the architects of our outer world. This may initially seem like a challenge, since we presuppose that they are the cause of our reality. However, with dedication, we can gradually change our perspective. So, remember this: all change is born in consciousness. Even the future, meticulously detailed in anticipation, offers multiple paths at every stage of our lives. But it is our internal conversations, our dialogues with the external world, whether through circumstances or information, that guide us towards the future we desire. There are many ways to achieve what you want, through force, through flow, or a mix of both. But the choice is yours. If you understand that all changes occur in consciousness, your inner dialogue will shift to proactivity. When you affirm that all power and everything exists now, you enter a world of infinite possibilities, shaping your reality with intention and grace. As we conclude this mind-expanding journey into the realm of four-dimensional thinking, remember that mastering it is a lifelong process. It takes practice, self-awareness, and a willingness to adapt. But the rewards are boundless. Now that you've touched the surface of this intriguing concept, I encourage you to explore it further. Imagine a world where you're not just a passenger in the vehicle of time, but the driver. The power to control your reality is within reach, and it all starts with four-dimensional thinking. Thank you for joining us on this adventure today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. And don't forget to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts and experiences. And as always, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep expanding your mind. The journey to master four-dimensional thinking is just beginning.